Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm here in Elder Scrolls Online, and today I'm going to have a little fun with PvE Story, but with a twist. Now, I'm a casual player of this title, and I came to it a bit lately because I watched someone else's review, I blame you, Angry Joe, who kind of turned me off from ESO. I was like, wow, that game looks terrible. I'm not going to play that. And his review is still up and still seen by a lot of people, but that's of a previous state of ESO, and I think all the problems that he highlighted in that video have been long since fixed. So today, I had a friend, some time back who's like, Joe, you really got to try ESO. So I did, and I was like, wow, this is much, much better than what I saw in the review. He's like, yeah, that review is old. Those problems were fixed. I'm like, ah, oh. Slapped myself on the forehead. I'd been missing out on a great MMORPG. So I've been having fun wandering around Tamriel. They have all these wonderful voice acted stories, and I've done a few here and a few there, but I've never done the overall story for, well, entire zones or even entire chapters. Everyone's always asking me, Joe, have you done the chapter story for? Usually the answer is no. I've been all over the place just having fun exploring the world of ESO. But not too long ago, they had an event called the World Plays ESO. And I didn't get a chance to join in on that because I was busy with some other things at the time. So again, I'm coming here belatedly, but I really like the idea of finally getting into the stories of ESO. So that's what I'm going to do today. This is going to be the first of a series where I play through ESO for the story. All of it. I know that's going to be quite a commitment. So they came up with this really nice little guide here, and it basically shows how you should go through the story for Elder Scrolls Online. And I'd always been confused as I wandered around. I had a kind of vague idea of what order things were released in, but this does a really nice job of showing all the chapters and DLCs in order to get the best of the story. And I thought, wow, this is great. You know what? I want to try this. I would love to walk this path and enjoy all these stories. So doing all the stories in the base game is in and of itself a bit of a commitment, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to make one deviation, however. I'm going to go grab a companion straight away. So, in order to kind of have fun with this, because I have characters who have done bits and pieces of stories here and there, I'm going to make a new character. And her only job is to go through all the stories in order, just as we see here. So I'll refer back to this from time to time, but we'll start with the base game and have fun with all the story of ESO. Now, the nice thing is that recently I had upgraded my encoding standards, and so it'll look better than ever, at least for the YouTube crowd, because I'm recording this at 1440p. Previously, I used to do 1080p, but I found out YouTube doesn't love you as much if your channel's not that popular, so I can force them to give me the better encoder if I record at a higher setting. So here it is. So we'll do all the story. Oh, I had to give the Red Storm an upgrade. That's my gaming rig. The video gets pretty big at 1440p 60 FPS, so well, it's partly my fault. I like to use a CQP8 as my setting. I'm trying to give you the best quality so that if you're watching the pretty pixels on the screen with me as we go through this story, it should look as good as possible. At least I hope so. All right, so let's make a new character here in ESO. Predictably, my character is going to be Khajiit. However, with a twist. Normally, as you can see, the various different races align onto the various different factions. And I thought, just for fun, because I like their starting story, this Khajiit will align with the Daggerfall Covenant. So she'll be a little different. And we'll have a lot of fun with the base story of the Daggerfall Covenant, then probably move on to the Aldemary Dominion for Cadwell Silver, and finally for gold with the Ebonheart Pact. So, and if you don't know what Cadwell Silver and Gold are, well, you'll see as we move along. So it should be a lot of fun. Let's see, for class, you know what? Just for fun, let's make her a Necromancer. And you know what? Let's see. let's just have some fun. And our little character here, well, she won't be little. She's going to be a big girl. So make her big, make her tall. And here, let's see. For her body markings, something we haven't done before. I've done quite a few other Khajiit body markings, but here we go. Make her kind of like a subtle leopard. Basically, all of her stuff is kind of extreme. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, here's the good slider for you. She has a little back there. And let's see here. Let's make her a little softer. Actually, you know what? I don't think her hairstyle is going to matter much because I think I'm going to go with some DLC hair on her just to give her a little bit more of an interesting look, but we're going to make it nice and dark. So it's basically the same color as her spots. Or, well, actually, maybe I should lighten it up a bit. Nah, nice and dark will be fine. For adornment, oh, there we go. You know what? Let's give her a little tufts on her ears, just for fun. I'm going to leave the head markings off. Let's see, forehead slope. I guess she's okay there. We'll add to her cheekbones a bit. We're going to say that she's a Khajiit who eats well. Widen up her jaw. Give her a slightly smaller chin. And reduce the height. We'll add to her neck a little bit. Give her some sparkling eyes. And make them nice and big. I think I've been watching too much anime. I always want my characters to have the largest eyes possible. Just can't help it. Let's see. Turn them up a little bit. After all, they're cat's eyes, aren't they? I don't want to make it look like her nasal passage is compressed by her eyes. So I'll actually separate her eyes just a little bit. Bring the eye height down. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're taking all the squint off because we want her eyes as open as possible. Bring up her height. Skew just a little bit. Bring out the depth. I think her nose shape is okay, but here, let's see. Actually, you know what? There we go. You can have a lot of fun with these. Give her a little bit of mouth curve, so it's almost like a little smile. Yeah. Not too much. Yeah, make her lips a little fuller. Now, I don't know. This is another thing. I like big eyes on my Khajiit, and I like big ears. It's kind of like, the little Red Riding Hood story. Granted, that was a wolf, but, the better to hear you with, my dear. Okay, there we go. So this will be our little adventure. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to, in fact, I'm going to name her after a character that I have in North America. So this will be her EU counterpart. Time to find out if this name's available. No, we're going to go ahead and we'll play through because we're here to enjoy the story. Oh, hi out there in Twitch chat. I see you there, old lady gamer. Welcome to the stream. Now, at the time of this recording, this is being recorded during the Blackwood chapter. So, as of Blackwood, the starting zone is the Isle of Balthiria.
You're awake. Oh, thank the stars.
Ah, delightful. All right, so a couple little housekeeping things. First of all, here we'll just move some of my interface around here so that it's easier to do things. Also, under settings, there's some little default settings, like I want to have subtitles on. For some reason, subtitles appear under audio. It's just a quirk in this game. Let's see, auto loot. We want to turn that on. For our interface, no, I think all of that is fine. Nameplates, here, we'll turn nameplates on. Show self always. And for enemy. Okay, good. I guess they're all turned on already. Alignment. For social, I always like to auto-decline duels. Otherwise, sometimes you'll get people who will try to stream snipe you, harass you, cause other problems. This way you can just automatically ignore them. And let's see, for ability timers, let's say always show on the back row as well, numbers and percent, and the ultimate number. I like to be able to see my bars. I mean, I could let the interface just disappear, but it's easier. And I'm always going to show and the buffs and debuffs, including those from others. Oh, and then we have a few add-ons. Let's see. In fact, this is probably not the best menu for them. Here we go. So I have various different add-ons that are already loaded. There's some I'm not going to be needing. So Dolgabon's Lazy Set Crafter. We won't need that. In fact, I'm not going to worry about combat metrics either. Or the Awesome Guild Store. Oh, see, this add-on here is putting this message here, hey, you don't have an experience buff. I'll go ahead and I'll leave that on. It actually might come in handy. Okay, and then a couple of other little items. My character starts out with nothing. She has this tunic, some boots, and some trousers. Notice that there are no stats associated with these. They're just basically placeholders. They're junk. So they don't do anything for us. I'm just going to go ahead and destroy them. She'll pick up gear along the way. However, I'm not going to worry about, well, for one thing, having her run around in her underwear. Instead, we're going to give her a towel to wear. So we won't be concerned about how the gear that she wears looks. She'll always have something to wear, in this case a towel. So it's under here under costumes. This one is unlocked during a seasonal event that usually happens around December. And let's see, the Where? Ah, here we go. The Nordic Bather's Towel. So everybody else is going to be worried about all fancy gear and being all shiny, and Fluffy here just kind of runs around like that. Oh, that's right. And we were also going to get her some new hair. Um, so there's some DLC hairstyles that I have unlocked, and in one particular one, let's see. Here we go. Let's see, how does that look? Not bad, but there's also the Seafarers. You know what? I kind of like the Seafarers. So this will be her hairstyle. And let's see. Do we have anything else for her to enjoy? Well, we can show that although she doesn't wear a lot, she has a little bit to her name. Oh, and let's give her a personality. So the personality changes default stances and replaces some other little behaviors, and so she will be our Duchess. All right, so let's begin our quest into the world of Elder Scrolls Online. It should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing through all the stories.
There you are, on your feet. I know magical translocation can really upset the stomach. Just take a moment and get your bearings, all right?
Where am I?
The Isle of Bolfiera, home of Clan Dorini. I apologize for the cramped accommodations. We pride ourselves on courtesy, but circumstances here have taken a turn for the bizarre. I needed to make sure you weren't a danger to yourself or others.
Can you let me out?
You might not be so eager to escape once you hear what's going on. You arrive via a portal, along with a Daetric beast called Shayazel. It seized control of our golems and unleashed them on the island. If I free you, will you help me stop Shayazel?
Yes, set me free and I'll help. Basically
choice.
anything to get out of here.
Just give me a moment. There. That should unlock the door. When you're ready, follow me. There you are, free as a spring cricket. I hope you intend to keep your word. We'll need each other out there. Of that I'm certain. The name's Norianwe, by the way, of Clan Dorini. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Where are we headed?
We're bound for a place called the Keyrights Gallery. But first, I need to know you can defend yourself. Hurtling through the Orbis and falling flat on your ear left you a bit scattered. Find a weapon, and we'll work out the cobwebs. Fair?
Sure, but I have some questions.
Of course. I can't promise total transparency, but I'll be as forthcoming as I can.
You mentioned Keyrights Gallery. What is that place?
The Keyrights Gallery is an ancient substructure of Bolfiera Island, built long before my clan arrived.
And why is it called the Keyrights Gallery?
On account of all the doors. The gallery's full of ancient gates, each with some arcane connection to places in Tamriel and beyond. Once the gates came to life, rifts opened. You fell out of one of them. The Daedra, Shayazel, emerged from another.
How did you escape?
I cast an incantation of the steed, snatched you up, and fled as fast as my feet would carry me. I heard the Daedra cursing, followed by some kind of explosion, but I didn't look back. I hope the gallery is still standing.
And what are you doing here?
Nothing irresponsible, if that's what you're asking. I'm a member of Clan Dorini's intelligence guild, the Cinderella. More scholar than spy, I assure you. I was conducting some research in the gallery, then pop! You and that monster arrived.
Why are you studying this place?
The gallery's always been a place of special interest for the guild, but we never quite cracked how it worked. Despite the dangers, this is our greatest breakthrough to date. The Guildmaster will be ecstatic. provided we get it under control.
You said something about golems. What's going on here exactly?
Would it frustrate you to hear that I have no idea? We Dureni are cautious by nature, so the Isle of Bolfiera has many defenses. Magical stone guardians protect many of our sacred sites, but somehow this Daedra found a way to turn them against us.
Can you describe the Daedra, Shayazel?
Ugh, do I have to? If I recall my studies correctly, I'd say it's a harvester, a huge serpentine creature that feeds on souls and magicka. If it finds a way to consume the energies of the gallery, we will be in very serious trouble.
Okay, well, I guess I have to choose a weapon. The nice thing is that unlike previous chapters in Elder Scrolls Online, your weapon was chosen for you there, but here you actually have a choice of any type of class of weapon that you'd prefer. In my case, I plan to be a Magicka Necromancer. So let's see. We have melee weapons and ranged stamina weapons, but here's a nice fire staff. So I can be Magicka
Larger
from the
weapons
get-go.
like staves and great axes will take both hands to use. You can pair smaller weapons with a shield, or another weapon of that size. The choice is yours.
Okay, so
Yes, I think that one suits you. If you change your mind, feel free to take any other weapon you want. Now, let's find a spot to practice.
it's nice that they give you the choice of all the weapons in this chapter so that you could try out and see what you would prefer. Oh, and here is our first test.
This is as good a place as any. Now, prepare yourself while I conjure up a dance partner. Let's begin.
Whoops, uh-oh, my mouse is...
Quickly now, strike the construct. Top marks.
getting a little upset.
Impressive. Hit it again. Brilliant. Ready yourself. Quick, strike while it's off balance. Raw strength, that. Keep up the defense. Strike hard, now.
This is intended, of course, as a demonstration
way.
for
Well
new
done.
players, how to
Rocket
initiate
shot.
combat,
Use your heaviest attack.
and
Now
it's pretty
some foes
simplified.
will try to restrain you. Quickly, break free.
So this basically just shows all
You ready
the
to break
the
free?
basic principles of combat, so that before you leave here,
Prepare
you're
yourself.
ready to defend your character.
Now bash the con. Now press your advantage with a heavy attack. Again, hold its attack. Swiftly now, interrupt it. When your enemy prepares an attack, good, now destroy it. Well done. Come speak with me for a moment.
All right, so we get our first level. The first couple of levels are going to go very, very quickly, but then later on it takes much longer. Since my character is going to focus on Magicka, that is basically casting magical spells, I'm going to put all of her points in Magicka. Although I only get one now, all the points that I receive in the future, I'll just be dumping into Magicka. So I just say E to commit the point, and I can choose my first ability. So, as a we have various different disciplines. For my class, Gravelord, Tyrant, and Living Death, and we want to have all three of them on the bar so that we're always leveling them up simultaneously. So let's see. I'll go ahead and I'll just start with Gravelord.
With moves like that, the Daedra doesn't stand a chance. Yes, I'd say we're ready to set out.
Where are we headed now?
To reach the Keyride's gallery. We have to make it out of this ruin and across a wide field full of the golems I mentioned. With any luck, we'll be able to slip past them. But I'm not all that lucky, so I'm sorry in advance.
All right. We'll head there next. What can we expect to encounter in the gallery?
Well, it begins with a door, the first of many. The only way to access the gallery is through a mysterious gateway. Once we pass through that initial door, we'll step into a huge vault. This is the part that worries me most.
Why does it worry you?
I believe Shiazel, the Daedric creature that's causing all this mischief, may have nested itself in there. So be prepared to fight.
Will dealing with Shiazel pacify the golems?
I can't say anything with certainty, but ridding the world of an otherworldly abomination can't hurt, right? Its influence might linger for a time, but the golems should return to normal before too long. Hopefully.
All right, well, let's go. Now you'll notice that it gave me the option to practice again with the construct if I wanted to. So if I decided maybe I didn't like using a staff, I could go grab a sword and we could try it again, and to make sure I understood how they worked.
One of the stray golems. We might want to sneak past it.
Nah, oh, it wants me to. I want to attack. My instinct is to kill. However, well, this part of the tutorial requires that we sneak. Oh, and as we sneak, we can start to notice traps and disarm them.
Let's be on our way. A word of warning, though. Some of the golems may wander the halls ahead. There shouldn't be many of them, but as my master used to say, prudence is victory's prophet. Sorry, he was very keen on weird proverbs.
That's okay.
Almost there. Let's hurry. Right. The entrance to the Keyride's gallery should be east of here. Let's set out.
Okay. So east would just be directly ahead. Oh, it wants me to change camera perspectives and get familiar with them. So you use your mouse wheel in order to scroll in and out. Oh, and here is a golem. We're not sneaking past you. I have the option of fighting. Fighting with magicka weapons is actually a lot of fun. Basically, all I have to do is press and hold the left mouse button, and it does everything for you. Oh, and I guess our friend here is a healer. This way I'm getting a little XP towards my next level, so we'll be able to get more abilities. And this is my class ability that I picked, where I can throw skulls at people. Whoops. Didn't drop anything. Oh, it's going to come to life, of course. Nothing. Maybe I should be searching stuff. I'm sure there's something around here to loot. Oh no, he's coming right for me. You're lucky. If I was in Red Dead Redemption, I would shoot you. Yeah, there are always goodies to search. Most of it will be junk, but... Oh, hello. Ooh, look at this. Got a rawhide jack of health. So this is basically a little bit of armor, since she's not actually wearing any. Now, although she put on some gear, you'll notice you don't see it, and that's because her towel is a costume, and it takes precedence over whatever she's wearing. So even if she's wearing a full set of gear, you'll never see it as long as she's wearing this costume.
The Key Rights Gallery is in here. Let's head inside.
This way I'm not worried about how fashionable my character is. I know what she will look like. Oh, speaking of things, look at this. We're walking past all this gear here. Let's see, what am I missing? Well, I could use a pair of shoes and some gloves, a belt, a hat, some shoulders. I bet I can find all of those things here. See, here's a hat, some shoulders, some gloves. They're not the greatest, but something is better than nothing. Oh, and I will take those shoes. This battle axe is kind of junk, but I can sell it. There are different levels of gear here. This is the light armor, this is the medium, and that's the heavy stuff. The heavy stuff is usually for stamina and health-based characters, whereas for Magicka characters, there are all kind of bonuses for wearing a lighter gear. I was kind of hoping for a belt. Oh well, I don't see one handy, but that's okay.
Well, Jeffers' bones. The surge of Magicka created by the portals you came through. Must have cracked this Skyshard. Without a functioning Skyshard, this gate remains locked, and there's no way for us to proceed. Damn!
Is there any way to fix it?
Unless you have a set of enchanting tools and a working knowledge of meteoric empowerment theory, no, there's nothing for it. We need to find a replacement.
Okay, so where can we find a replacement Skyshard?
I saw one in a vault just south of here a few days ago, but it was flanked by one of the island's more powerful golems. Normally, I'd say we should search for another option, but given the circumstances, I think we have to risk it.
All right, let's find that Skyshard. Can I ask you something before we set out?
Of course. Let's not tarry too long, though.
What are Skyshards exactly?
Giant clusters of meteoric glass. They fall from Aetherius, charged with raw and very potent magicka. Mages use sky shards in all kinds of rituals and experiments. We Dureni use them as a power source.
What kind of golem did you see near the Skyshard?
It's a monstrous sentinel called a gargoyle. I've never seen one fight, but by all accounts, they are far more powerful than the golems we've faced thus far.
Okay. Well, let me at 'em. Let's see, so back out the way we came, I believe.
All right. Do you see that vault to the south? The Skyshard is there.
Okay. Oh, hello. Normally cats are friends, but right now I need experience, so... Sorry, Saber Cat. Because I'm now wearing light armor, and I killed something, my skill with light armor goes up, because I've accrued a little experience with it. Oh, you know what? We should check some of these things around here, just in case. Might be a goodie or two to be had. Lockpicks, gauntlets, I'll sell those. Whoa! Hello? Oh, I didn't see you there. Guess he had an issue with me helping myself to all these free goodies. Oh, I picked up a recipe. Oh, I guess there is another guardian here. Okay, into the Skyshard vault, and we'll see what it is that is protecting that Skyshard. Oh, look at this, even more armor. I wonder if that's all that's here. Any belts? Tell me somebody has a belt. I might be on a quest for a belt
There
here
it is,
for a
the
while.
Skyshard.
Whoops, and there is the gargoyle. Well, guessing you're not going to let me just go up and touch the Skyshard, right? Nope.
Dodge quickly, to the side.
Okay, great. So we get a little reward of a fortifying meal. Get another point towards Magicka, and we get to choose some additional abilities. So I'm going to go with this one here. Oh, I only get one. Okay. This is good for up close and personal on melee. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to have these... yeah, let's have them switch places. I like to have my melee on the first button. So if anyone gets close to her, and then throw skulls with number 2.
What? Did you just absorb the energy of that shard? Oh, incredible. Not quite what I intended, but we can work with this. Let's head back to the gate. We should hurry back to the gate. We don't have the Skyshard, but we do have a spark of ethereal energy. That's the important bit.
Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. I had a feeling there was more here. Oh, look. There's some weapons. A lightning staff. Oh, these are my favorite. So what I've been using is called a flame staff, which is okay, but my first love has always been the lightning staff. You know what? Let's have a nice little meal too. Oh, found a necklace. I don't think it does anything. It's just a necklace. And a ring. Oh, increases maximum magicka. That I will wear. Learn a recipe. The magic ring that I just picked up increases the amount of magicka that my character can have so that we can cast more spells at any given time. And the magic staff that I'm using that is focused on lightning, you'll see in a moment, is a lot easier than the flame staff. Again, I just press and hold the left mouse button and it just sort of does its thing. So it's like zap, 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 zap. I just always thought the lightning staffs looked much cooler than flame staffs. I have friends who are like, Joe, that flame staff probably does more damage. I'm like, I like lightning. It's just a thing. Okay, so back to this door here that wouldn't open.
All right, moment of truth. Focus on the Skyshard aperture. With any luck, it'll respond to the power you absorbed and unlock the gate.
Okay, here she comes.
Even a spark of ethereal energy should be enough to open the way for us. Reach out to the Skyshard, and let's hope it responds.
I hope so. All right, let's see.
Ha! You did it! Let's speak for a moment. I'm afraid we've reached the really scary bit. The Daedric creature responsible for all these portals waits just beyond that gate. If you have any other preparations to make them now.
Do you have any advice on how to slay this thing?
Again, I'm just a scholar, but I'd encourage you to remember what we practiced before. Keep moving, strike true, and exploit any opening the creature gives you.
Okay, well, that's not very helpful, but I guess it'll be good enough. Into the antechamber.
There it is! Send it back to oblivion!
I got a one-way trip to bad places for you. Oh,
You cannot kill.
that's not
what
nice.
Cannot die. Only I will.
She didn't even get to finish her speech.
You did it! Hopefully the gallery wasn't too badly damaged. Follow me.
Oh, let's see, what did we find here? So this increases maximum health. So unlike the pewter necklace here, which has no attributes, this one will actually give us a little bit more health for our character. So I'll go ahead and wear that one, since it has some bonuses. Oh, here we go. We have some books here. You never know what you might be able to learn from books, so personally I like to read them all. If I can target them, come on. Sometimes it can be a little finicky on the hitboxes. Every once in a while you'll find a book that gives you a skill point.
Stars. Look at the central column. I had no idea it was concealing something like this. Let's get a closer look.
I know it seems like I'm going through them quickly, but supposedly my character is reading the content of the book, and if there's something interesting to be learned, it will be added to my my skills. I have to get lucky enough to find something. The percentage chance of finding a book that teaches a skill is low, but sometimes it can be very rewarding, especially when you're up at those upper levels and it takes quite a bit to level a skill. Getting a free point out of a book is very welcomed. So, tedious as it may seem, I do check all the books. You never know.
This is the Keyrights Gallery, but not as I remember it. Now I see why we never managed to unlock the gates. Their power comes from this arcane helix. Amazing. With the helix exposed, these gates can finally reopen. Perhaps not all of them at first, but enough to reach most of Tamriel. The question for you, I suppose, is where to first? Can you believe this? Just look around. With this arcane helix exposed, the chamber is positively crackling with magic. The Keyrights Gallery has come to life, and I finally think I know why.
What do you mean? Why did it come to life?
Because of you. Matters in Tamriel are bleak. War rages in Cyrodiil. Daedric princes conspire. Dragons ride the winds of elsewhere. The Second Era needs a savior. I believe the gallery, perhaps even the adamantine tower itself, chose you.
What do you think I should do next?
The Keyrights Gallery opened doors to every corner of Tamriel, places I suspect that desperately need a hero's aid. This choice is yours to make, but wherever you choose to go, I'm sure adventure awaits. May the stars protect you. So, have you chosen where to go? What region of the world strikes your fancy? Not everyone gets to pass instantly from one side of Tamriel to another, you know. This is quite a gift.
Do you really think fate brought me here?
Well, fate's sort of a clumsy way to put it. No offense. Honestly, we may never know why you were chosen, but I believe there was intention here. Something, whether it be the stars, the gallery, or the tower itself, placed you here for a reason.
And Shayazel? What brought it here?
Perhaps it followed you to prevent you from reaching your, well, destiny sounds a bit too grandiose. Let's just say to stop you from reaching your potential. Then again, maybe the power of this place brought you here to stop Shayazel.
I guess we'll never know.
Probably not. But what's a life without unanswered questions, right? Boring, if you ask me.
Do you think you'll ever unravel the mysteries of this place?
Ha! An elf can hope. Answering that question will probably keep me occupied for the next 100 years. Is the Helix connected to the Adamantine Tower? How does it perceive distant corners of Tamriel? I may never understand it, but I'll do my best.
And do you plan to use any of these doors?
What, me? No, I've got work to do. The Cinderil will want every bit of this place searched and studied. Since I did the discovering, I'll probably end up leading the effort. Adventure abroad sounds all well and good, but my place is here.
Any thoughts on where I should go?
It is a bit overwhelming, isn't it? The whole of Tamriel is stretched out before you. We could start with the political considerations. 3 great alliances vie for control of Cyrodiil. Does the fate of the Pact, Covenant, or Dominion interest you?
Yes, I would like to travel to Alliance territory.
Excellent. You can visit Stros Makai in Daggerfall Covenant territory, an island called Kanathi's Ruse that the Aldmeri Dominion set its eyes on, or the Ebonheart Pact's domain.
Okay. Well, I want to go ahead and have fun with the initial story, so since I went ahead and had her join the Daggerfall Covenant, our destination will be Strasum Kai. Now let's see, which one of these doorways goes to Strasum Kai? Actually, I think that's it. Here we go. So, it's a one-way trip. Once we leave, we won't be able to come back to the gallery, so take one quick look around. Each of the base stories is represented here, as well as all the chapters, and my guess is that they may expand this in the future as new chapters come out. I think this is a great way to have people start out their adventures in ESO by being able to choose where they would like to begin. I've never looked over here, so I'm just kind of curious. Oh, it's, of course, blocked off. I thought to myself, I've never explored the gallery. I normally would just dive through a portal. Well, I guess that's what we're going to do again now. Okay, here we go. Gotta watch that first step.
Stros Makai. It's a fascinating island with rich Dwarven and Red Guard history. Alas, it's been largely overrun by pirates. If the gallery elected to open a portal to the island, something extraordinary must be occurring there. So, ready to set out?
All ready, and time to start the Daggerfall Covenant storyline.
We submit to your will and call forth the chains of cold.
They're performing a ritual, preparing the way for a dark anchor.
They're opening rifts to oblivion.
It's worse than we thought. The plane melt has begun.
The portals reach from our side to theirs. That means there is a traitor.
Perhaps it was simply arrogance. Perhaps it was all part of his grand scheme. Who can know the logic of a Daedric prince?
Claims it fulfills a prophecy in those wretched scrolls of his.
Imagine seeing your nemesis succeed where you failed.
Let the way be opened.
I am patient.
Let the will of Moloch Baal be denied.
This world will one day be mine.
And here we are at Port Hunding on Strasumkai. Now, just for fun, because I want to have fun with all the stories, I have a special add-on that shows me all of the quests, so we won't miss anything. In the past, whenever I played ESO, I would go through an area only to come back and find that there were quests that I'd missed. So, with this add-on, we can see our quest givers throughout the map, and we'll be able to have fun enjoying all the stories as we go through each area. No quest will be left undone. But we'll go ahead and we'll start that next time here on Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where we'll continue playing through the stories of ESO. All of them. I hope you had fun with our little intro here. And like I said, Fluffy will begin her journey, or, well, I guess I should say continue her journey in our next episode. See you then.